Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative. Have a comment about leaving no trace and making our mark. Sharing a little update with you guys today. Stay tuned. So we had a trail cleanup effort update and kind of a small little statement. So these two batteries and this wrapper is from our site. The fire pit was actually pretty clean. And then we got all the rest of this that's in this can from a recent spot from a group of people who came through. I had gotten the chance to talk to them, and they said that they were going to leave no trace because they practiced that, which they did in a way. But I wanted to point out the difference between leaving no trace and covering all trace. If you leave no trace, that means even in your fire pit, even around, there is no trace that you were there. Now, if you're covering your trace, that's more of like stealth camping and covering up what's there. So even if you're throwing metal, cans, wrappers, foil, things like that into the fire, that stuff is still in the environment. That stuff will still leach. That stuff will still cause damage to the environment and pollution. The best practices with leaving no trace is to still, when you douse the fire and you're stirring it up, pull those pieces out, let them cool for a minute, or get another bucket of water and dip them so that way they're cold and you can remove them. It's not a big deal, but it's a chance I had to designate the difference between leaving no trace and covering your trace. So, in total, in this can, we have 53 pieces. It was 50 metal bits, foil bits, cans, things like that, in the tea bag, plus a food wrapper that was in this site, and 2 batteries that I found in the fire pit. It was, we dug around and we're looking and everything else, and at first glance, they looked like just twigs. But after they got stirred around a little bit and the heat got to them, knocked the crud off of it, and lo and behold, they are batteries. So 53 pieces. This can is full and done. When I make my last trip into town, this will be coming with me. So, 53 more pieces, adding to the 252. We are now at 305. So, trying something new. Gonna be wearing this for Halloween when I go into town tomorrow. Just gonna redo it in the morning. And wanted to show you guys my newest addition. I just did this in about 5 minutes or so it's still puffy. But it's a feather with a braid on it, or a twist, chain, I don't know what you want to call it. But it's a nice little addition to my tribal tattoos. Gonna be giving the wife a matching one. Show you guys that later. If she can stick it out through the whole thing.
I will.
It's easier to tattoo myself than it is her. She jumps around too much sometimes. So, wife and I decided to make matching tattoos.
Mine's a little bit bigger because I had more room.
And once the swelling comes down, they'll look better, but we like the way they look.
I do.
They're just a feather on a braid wrapped around our wrists. Tilt your fist down. There you go. Oh yeah, and I finished touching up her tribal tattoo, because I have my tribal tattoos, and I was happy with how they came out, but hers had a couple of spots where it didn't connect all the way and it wasn't thick enough, so I fixed it.
She's a little bit angry right
Oh yeah,
now.
it's raised and angry, but it's gonna stick this time.
Yeah, it's already sticking. So.
It's already set.
Yep.
Hope everybody has a happy Halloween. You get out there and have some fun. And remember, until next time, you get out there, be a native, go beast.